The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Start with a bang. Audacious mornings. Every morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. The sound of audacity. Wellness Wednesday on Sonke Radio.
Let's talk dancing for wellness this Wellness Wednesday. As conversations around mental health continue to grow, many people are turning to alternative, more holistic ways to support their well-being. In South Africa, where over 25% of the population experiences symptoms of depression, the need for accessible restorative practices is clear. One movement gaining traction is Nia, a unique blend of dance, martial arts, and mindfulness that prioritizes joy and self-expression. You don't have to hear it from me. Nia instructor joining us in the studio, Susan Sloan. Thank you so much for your time. Good morning. It sounds so wholesome.
Thank you, Aphelele. You've got the right word, wholesome.
Yeah. Talk to us about your discovery of Nia. How did that come about?
Yes, I've always been a person in the healing arts.
Mm-hmm.
So I started in the Reiki healing arena.
Reiki, wow.
And I'm a Reiki master
Wow.
from 2000 until now.
Goodness.
And that was the first entry into the healing arts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found yoga. And so I've been teaching yoga for 24 years.
Yeah.
But Nia was the piece that came that incorporated absolutely everything of my body, mind, emotion, spirit to take me to my next level.
Yeah.
And so I started Nia because it's dance to music and it's dynamic.
Right.
And I was looking for that because yoga brings the stillness and all the inward.
Yeah.
And that's something very natural to me, actually.
Okay.
And so I wanted something more dynamic. And the martial arts of Nia completely took me to that place of accessing my power as a woman and my self-trust.
Goodness.
In my body.
You were talking just off air about what Nia actually stands for. Maybe let's go through that and maybe describe the practice to someone like me who's hearing about it for the first time.
Yes, what a good question. Nia is, some people call it yoga with a beat, but it's definitely got 6 sensations of fitness in it.
Yeah.
So we use 9 movement forms or movement arts, as we call them, because we always want to bring in the art, which is something that's creative and unique to each individual. So it's a body-mind movement practice to music.
Yeah.
And it's to really funky music. So it's going to get you're going to get your best body.
Yeah.
And also your best life if you do the trainings.
Right.
You know, some people just come for the window of like, let me do a 60-minute class 3 times a week and their bodies will change.
Yeah.
People lose incredible amount of weight and that's just an add-on.
Sure.
Mostly you get to connect to yourself and find out who you are and your authentic, you know, a place that maybe you haven't even, you know, connected to ever is found through dancing to music with all the tools that are available in the education. So when people do step into training spaces, the education, they can take themselves to great depths of connecting to authenticity. So it's kind of like a self-coaching modality, but it definitely, some people just come for the dancing to music because it makes them feel good. Yeah. And for sure, it's dopamine on steroids
of
because
course.
You've got amazing music, amazing community connection, and
lovely energy all around, right?
Total energy.
Yeah. Maybe let's now talk about the feedback that you get from people, you know, once they've immersed themselves in this experience. What are some of the common things that they share?
Well, people say, I feel like quite drab before I do a workout, and afterwards I feel like a unicorn.
Yeah.
So I can do anything.
Wow.
And it's because, you know, we know that exercise stimulates all kinds of amazing feel-good chemicals. Yeah. And you do get that, but it's a safe workout that's sensitive to your joints. So it's very mind-body in that we have studied every healing art, all of us trainers who are delivering the education from a level of education, educating body mind. It's stimulated to take you to your places in your body that maybe you haven't been able to go because you've got aching joints. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So people say that. They say, oh my God, I actually love exercise now.
Yeah.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
We love exercise because you can do it and it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
And we train students and ourselves to go into the sink of martial arts. Sinking the joints is mechanically what's actually happening is that your joints are hydrating from doing a sink. So you'll find in all the martial arts like Tai Chi, Taekwondo, and Aikido, they always got spring-loaded joints. So you can imagine a spring-loaded body like a spring-loaded car with good, you know, somebody who's driving a car that the shock absorbers are good.
Yeah. I love that you're talking about joints because we tend to limit ourselves in terms of what we think we can do, right? And we write things off almost without even giving them a chance because we just assume, I've got a bad knee, I've got a bad ankle. I had a fall a few months ago. My ankle is still not 100%, I would say. But you yourself started on this journey because you were healing your knee.
Absolutely.
Talk to us.
So besides all those emotional things that I was looking for, physically, I had a lot of discomfort in my knees, especially when I went on long walks going up and down mountains. Yeah. I could feel that they weren't aligned. And so I got the power of healing from alignment.
Right.
So you become a biokineticist inside your body.
Oh, wow.
Where you learn to say, okay, my kneecaps need to be over the second toe.
Yeah.
And that has a ripple effect to the back chain of the body. So you'll speak to a physiotherapist and they'll know exactly what the back chain means.
Right.
So you access that part of yourself, which is actually fundamentally taking you to deeper places of the sumo stance, which is going to work the thighs. You're going to work your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, and get the best feeling of being in your body, as well as all the add-ons. I look good in my new pants, you know, all that kind of thing.
Girl. I need that. Talk to us about just the idea of dancing as a way or a gateway to a healthier lifestyle, just being connected with yourself, mental health also, right? Let's talk about dancing. I know a lot of people don't think about it, they don't consider it. It's always like, you know, if I'm going to do any exercise, I have to go to the gym and I have to run and do all of these things. But there's a fun way in which you can connect with your body and, you know, shed those extra kilos as well. And that's by dancing. A lot of people don't consider it that way. Why is that?
Yeah, thank you, Aphelele. You've described it so beautifully. It's almost like you've done it.
I used to.
Okay.
I used to go to dance classes in Braamfontein years ago. I used to love it. I don't even know why I stopped, actually.
A lot of people say that when they get busy and get caught up in their lives. And a shaman will say to you, why are you not dancing? You know, because the music is stimulating all parts of yourself. It's not just your physicality.
For sure.
And because Nia is so ergodynamic for the body, and we're using the body with tools to awaken parts that actually are meant to move in a certain way. We use the body's way design. So it can only take you to better places. You're never going to drop energy as you work out. You're always going to feel more energized. Yeah. And people feel 20 years younger when they do it. It's just, you know, I've been teaching this for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And I feel better than when I was in my 20s.
My goodness.
I really do.
Yeah.
So it definitely is the feel-good workout. And people get really angry when they haven't heard of it. And they're like, why? I've done this class, and why have I not heard of it? So in answer to your question, just repeat your summary of what you want to know.
I even lost myself as well. But I think it had to do with, you know, people connecting wellness and using dance as a gateway to achieving a healthier state of being.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to unpack here, is that mental health aspect is a huge thing that we need in today's world. Yeah. You know, and you know, people who suffer from mental illness and depression, we need it even more
for sure
to actually just move the body. Sometimes if you just move your wrist and you just sink into your joints, you know, the founder of Nia, Debbie Rosas, that's what she did after she had her 2 kids. She was a young mother in her early 20s, and she remembers going to the gym and there was a pulley that just lifted her leg. And she felt the goosebumps.
Yeah.
And she knew that I'm onto something here just by moving. And of course, whatever you do is great, but this is the workout that's going to clear your head.
Yeah.
It's going to give you mental clarity. It's going to give you the best view of looking at the world.
Love
because you've got a smorgasbord of the chemicals, the feel-good chemicals. And at last, some people go through the most horrific life experiences and they come to Nia, and I never forget the one woman who's going through a terrible divorce. And after the class, she said to me, how long does this last, this feeling?
Wow.
You know, and actually it can last 2 or 3 days.
Sure.
But people come back for that feeling. And depression is real.
Yeah.
You know, and people do need to take care of their mental health. And
100%.
this is a nervous system reset. You know, it's designed in a very scientific way.
Yeah.
The alchemical workout of Nia.
I love that. A nervous system reset. I love that. I love that. Do you have men coming to your class? And I ask this because when we have conversations of this nature, men are very quick to self-cancel. That's too feminine for me. Oh no, that would be embarrassing if I was just, dancing around or whatever the case may be. I'm finding now that we are having more conversations about the different ways in which we can heal ourselves, right? And I would want for men to also know that they are invited. You are welcome to be part of this movement. Do you have many men coming to your class?
The Renaissance men step in very easily, and the ones that stand in the middle, and there's a whole class full of women, and they have no triggers about that. They feel very comfortable, and we have those men. Yeah. My husband's one of those.
Oh,
he doesn't like to, he likes to have 1 or 2 men around,
to feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And last week I did a leadership movement experience for MTN, and there were some men in the front row. Yeah. And they said they love the feeling of freedom.
Love that.
Where they can actually just be themselves.
Allow yourself. Right, the freedom to just be you. Let's talk about your studios. I take it they have grown significantly. Share with us that journey and the expansion that you've enjoyed.
Yes, so we started in 2003 with 3 of us teachers stepping out of the first white belt teachers training that there ever was in Johannesburg. And we stepped in and we shared what we knew as a trio. And the next thing, we just invited our friends and we charged a little bit, and we were a bit nervous to do that as the pioneers. But people came in droves, and they could feel that there was something different. It's not just music, movement to music. There's something that's got depth, and people don't always like to know it's education. Yeah. But when they get it, they go, "Wow, I want more of that." Sure. So, we started with 2 classes a week, and then we've grown in this last decade to, we've got 14 classes a week at Studio Kairos in Dunkeld West. But, the training center where I train is the studio. Yeah. And we have people who have made their own classes happen in their areas. So we've got classes in West Rand. Wow. We've got classes in Roosevelt Park. And there's also the East Rand and Centurion and Lone Hill, everywhere. So on the Nia GP, Nia Gauteng Province site, all the teachers are listed there. But obviously throughout South Africa, I'm training, in all areas. And I also have a co-trainer, Mia Steyn, who also sets up trainings, down at the coast. Yeah.
Someone who would be joining the class from, from scratch, joining for the very first time. Maybe let's talk through the expectations. And I ask this because it can be sometimes intimidating when it seems as though other people know what they're doing and you have 2 left feet. I know I'm always, I talk myself out of the steps class at gym because I just think, oh my I could never keep up with that, and it can be quite intimidating. Even with yoga, everybody knows that what they're doing, and you're stepping in for the first time. You want to do it, but then you feel very awkward. What can they expect if they are joining for the first time?
It's such a relevant question, Aphelele. Really, most people will not join because of that.
Yes.
And some of our teachers say their technique to get students to come to their classes, they'll meet them in the car park.
Wow, okay.
Because trying something so new and revolutionary, because it really is, makes people feel uncomfortable. They first have to hear it about 8 times in order for them to even step in.
Sure.
But generally speaking, people will find the sense of ease because the workout is designed in a 7-stage workout. The first stage is a focus and intent. So you get to focus on something about your body.
Okay.
I teach at the Virgin Active Old Eds gym now for 12 years on a Monday at 8 o'clock, and the same people come every time, but there's always new people that pop in.
Sure.
And I always say, like Monday we did, the focus was on legs. You know, so we really are using the legs ergodynamically. So the foot moves, there's 27 base moves altogether. We focus on about 6 of them, and beginners will get that elixir of mind-body.
Sure.
Okay, if I can get out of my head by just focusing on that, I can roll through the ball of my foot to the toe. And it's a warm-up. So the focus and intent then moves to stepping in. So you basically leave all your problems behind and your worries and where your mind's going to step in. It's very martial arts. You're on the dojo now, you know, in the dojo. That floor where you're now facing yourself and your mind and your body and your potential. And so the warm-up is the 13 joint warm-up. So we do it in different ways. Sometimes
people should see you move these these arms of yours. It's so, I don't know, it's seamless.
Well, the thing is, it's
part of you.
It's ankles, knees, hips. I'm moving.
You're gliding as you're speaking. You're just gliding from side to side. I love it.
Wrist, elbow, shoulder, spine.
I love it.
You know, and then the 13 joints take you into your body. And so then we only do the katas. So katas are Japanese word for 2 or 3 moves that are put together. They're very simple. So whatever dancing that is complicated that we did that was related to modern dance or jazz, some of those steps are quite complex. But we just can do step together step and look. Step together step, look. So we would start off with you getting into your body. So you build. And then throughout the class, we're now building to cardio. And the cardio part of the class is the peak. But we are doing kicks and punches and all the fun things that are to such cool music. You let go of your inhibitions. And you're doing it with like-minded people who are all shapes and sizes and ages. So you feel so relaxed. I don't see anyone feeling not relaxed. And then we do a beautiful cool down, which is basically getting the heart rate back to a point where now you're feeling balanced and calm and settled, and the nervous system is reset. Your connective tissue's gone to all the right places. You don't have that dowager's hump from sitting on your computer. It's like there's a postural alignment that happens that you don't get from any other workout. And then you go to the floor and you integrate everything that you've done for the last 45 to 50 minutes. And integration is that place that takes us to the new place and part of ourselves that you could take it with you. And we step out with that. You know, so that has a formula every single time. It's an alchemical formula that's been there for 45 years.
Goodness.
You know, so people get to know that formula and becomes the basis of how they live their life, because it actually just takes you into your life. Because we are not just dancing on the beat like a lot of dance techniques, the hip-hop and all of that. We're dancing on we call it the count, rest, count, rest, count, rest. So some songs have got faster, count, rest. So it's 1 and 2 and. So that and is the rest. And we code that into your nervous system. And I'm not saying code that, you doing it yourself. Because of course you could do it faster and you go like, I don't want that code. You know, you could actually just go, if you want to relax your nervous system and live a different life, which is connecting to relaxation and connecting to your authentic, you need to connect to that there's a different speed. And we do play with speeds. So in the middle of a Nia alchemical class, which they all are, you'll be going fast at some point, because we do need to learn to be agile. And the 6 pillars of fitness in Nia are what we call in an acronym FUMS, with 3 S's at the end. It's flexibility, agility, mobility, strength, stability, and stillness. You know, so we are aiming to get all of that. Sounds like a lot.
Sounds glorious.
It
sounds
I can
glorious.
see you doing it already.
I'm there in my mind. I'm there in my mind. Talk to us about the trainings that you have and sessions that you have coming up. I believe over the next 15 weeks or so. I'm looking at this that you have shared with us. Maybe you can share with our listener. What exactly is this that I'm looking at?
Yeah, so I'm in a white belt art of sensation training that started yesterday, which is every Tuesday for 15 weeks, which is not the sort of format that we do often, but the one that is more attractive usually for people who are just wanting to immerse themselves in a dance experience is the 5-day full immersion.
Okay.
And I'm doing the next one in Hermanus, 24th to the 28th of September.
Okay.
But the 15-week one is mostly for people that want to embody. At the moment, I've got teachers wanting to really take that into teaching. But the 5-day immersion is also something that people can do to learn to teach, because you take yourself into very deep spaces, and from that place we teach. So all my life learning that I have brought to the dance floor in Nia is how I'm sharing my lived experience, and that's very meaningful for people because they can feel that.
Sure.
So that's why we have these immersions, so that you don't think I have to learn something from a cognitive place. It's from experience.
Yeah.
And then the tools are there as a framework, which you learn. There's 13 principles of what we call the art of sensation, which is the white belt curriculum.
Yeah. Sure. People who want to find out more, where would you direct them? Now we've piqued someone's interest. I know we have. Where would you direct them?
So I had the confidence a few years ago to call my own personal website Life as Art with Susan.
Love that.
So that's there.
Life as Art with Susan.
Yeah. And then there will be direction as well to other sites like the Nia Now international site. Yeah. NiaNow.com. There's also NiaAfrica.coza.
Yeah.
So we all together. But my Life as Arts site will share with you everything that I've been through, and what I do and how I teach, and where trainings are and how to become a Nia instructor.
Are there virtual options?
There are.
Oh, okay.
So my colleague Mia in Somerset West, she often does online trainings for 15 weeks on a regular basis once a year. I have done that over COVID.
Oh, yes.
And it's got a very slick mixer set up so that people can hear the music as if they were in the studio.
Lovely, lovely. Please do visit the website www.lifeasartwithsusan.co.za. She, of course, is Nia instructor Susan Sloan, joining us in the studio as we spoke about dancing for wellness. Absolutely enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aphelele. What a privilege.
Wellness Wednesday on Sonke Radio.